Welcome to the David Bradley Show with your host, David Bradley.
Hey everybody, how are y'all doing today? So anyway, I've been on this little journey for about 6 months now. Been doing some researching and stuff and trying to put together a show that I think everybody would like to see. Basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to have interviews. We're going to have some, hopefully some funny stuff on here. I'm hoping. We'll just see. It's just basically something I just wanted to do. Have a little bit of fun with and be a little creative. So I decided to put this video together. And I want everybody to know up front, I am not paid in any shape, fashion, or form for anything that I'm about to tell you. I've got no sponsorships from any of the boards, any of the equipment I've got. I noticed on a lot of the YouTube videos that I watched, a lot of people were sponsored by certain people, and they kind of pushed that product. Understandably, if somebody is writing you a check, you got to push their stuff. It's very simple. Well, I'm not going to do that. Not on this one. I'm not pushing anybody's stuff. I'm just telling you on my journey to getting to where I'm at right now, which I'm not at 100%. I'm just running one video camera right now. I've got 3, but now I got to go get the cables. So anyway, let's dive into this and kind of tell you what all I've been doing. For the show, I had an idea because everybody was always picking on me and telling me, hey, you got this great voice. You need to do this. You need to do that. Okay. I don't like my voice. So I'll give it a whirl. I researched for 6 months. I have watched just about every YouTube video out there on how to start a podcast, how to start a YouTube channel. All of them are very informative. Bits and pieces I took from each one. Now, a little bit of background on me. Ever since I was 19 years old, I've been in and out of the music industry, doing live sound and lighting. Whenever you seen the light shows and everything, that's part of what I did. I just love creating with lights, different scenes, different type shows. But I did everything by ear. I manually worked the board creating these shows, and it gave me a lot of satisfaction. But everything went to computer generated, and everybody went from actually following the music to creating different scenes, using all these movers and all this other stuff. And don't get me wrong, they do fantastic jobs. But it just wasn't my cup of tea. So watching these videos, learning everything I could learn, and I had some trial and error. Trial and error. No, I'm not editing that out. I'm terrible at editing. Most of my stuff is probably going to be straight line coming at you. So basically what I did, I took everything I could learn from those YouTube videos and I made notes on everything. I've got notes for days on different stuff, different equipment, and I tried a bunch of them. The first thing I went for was the Focusrite. It was the 4i4, and it was a great piece of equipment. It basically let me take an XLR microphone and plug in straight to my computer, and I could record everything on the software. Well, we're going to get into that. I'm going to start it off very simple. Okay. Everybody on the YouTube video said you got to have a good microphone. You want to be able to capture the essence of your voice. So I went to the music store. I bought the Focus 4i4 because I needed an interface, and I started testing microphones. I went to, they've got a whole section set up. Now, all these microphones are plugged in, and you put the headphones on, and you hit the little button, and you can hear yourself talking through this microphone. I started at the very low end, and I worked my way all the way up to the top end ones. It was frustrating to know that through all these microphones, my voice sounded different on almost all of them. The only one that really captured my voice and actually had what I considered the essence of me was the SM7B Shure microphone. And that's what I'm on. Now, these microphones go for $399. That's the list price on them. I'm letting you know right now, I did not pay top price for any of them. And I've got 4 of them. Get to be friends with the people at the music store, because these guys will help you out. I told them exactly what I was doing. They kind of laughed and said, good luck. And I decided to go for it. So there's a guy at the music store that I go to. Every time he gets a used piece of equipment in and he knows that I'm looking for that certain piece of equipment, then he texts me. And I would go down there on a Friday or Saturday when I got paid, and I'd pick something up. And of course, I tested each microphone myself, even though they do when they bring them back in or they buy them. They buy used equipment all the time. Oddly enough, you will find that a lot of people have tried podcasting or they've tried a YouTube video and they got discouraged. I'm going to tell you right now, you are not going to make money at this crap. Don't think you are. Because if you go into this thinking, all right, I'm going to upload 3 or 4 videos and I'm going to see a ton of money come my way. No, ain't going to happen. Not going to do it, buddy. This is something that you're going to have to get into because you enjoy it, because you love being a little bit creative. And over a time period, a lot of people might be. A lot of people will get to, listening to your stuff, and then they'll tell somebody, and they'll tell somebody, and then word of mouth will get around, and you've got to make sure that you do ads and all this other stuff. Once you upload a video to YouTube, you get your channel, you get everything going, they will help you. And it's the same thing with the podcasting. When you find your host, the one that you choose to upload your content to, and they spread it out throughout the podcasting places where you can listen to them, they will help you out. Everything's right there on their site. I mean, they'll help you build a website. They'll help you, you just basically point, click, and create. So look into it. Watch these YouTube videos. A lot of them that helped me was Pat Flynn and Tom Buck. Shelby Church had some good info on a lot of it. Andrew Wall, which was AWOL Digital. These guys helped me out a lot. Just watching their stuff. Seeing how they had things hooked up. There was another guy that basically he just showed how he built his studio. And I learned a lot from him from how to build a studio. So I'm kind of just playing with it a little bit and seeing what all I can do. Now, I found my microphone. I'm hooked up. I'm thinking, cool beans. So I hook it up to the Focusrite, and I've got it in there. But everything they keep saying on the podcasting stuff is you need to video record every podcast. That way you can upload it to YouTube. Okay, I'm going to do that. So I played with it, and I was watching a lot of things, and then I switched over to how to start a YouTube channel. And I started watching everything they were doing. Now they're using these still photography cameras. In my head, this is a still photography camera, but they're switching it to video mode. Why not just buy a video camera? Makes you think. I'm not going to spend, oh Lord, probably, well, some of the ones I've seen, I think there was one camera I seen, it was like $1,800. I know you get what you pay for, but this is just a startup. When I get more in depth into it and start playing around, I'm liable to upgrade to better cameras. Don't know yet. We'll figure it out. So anyway, I did video cameras. I found these online at Amazon, and they're $133 a piece. Cool. So we got 3 video cameras. Now we're going to start looking into it. We're going to start building our little console. We're going to start kicking everything off. Yeah, didn't happen that quick. I found out that the Focusrite 4i4 would do everything I needed to do, but only if I was loading directly into the computer. Now these video cameras all have SD cards. Now I can take the SD cards out of the video cameras after I record a show and then load them into the software. And then I can go into editing. Okay, now I've just created 3 hours of editing that I ain't got time for. Started thinking about that. Then I had to look at how am I going to get the audio onto the video. Now all these cameras have microphones on top of them, but they won't be going through this. So what I had to do is I had to come up with a different way to do it. Now because of my background in live music and running the soundboards and everything else, I thought, well, sounds good. I played with a little board for a little bit. Could not get it to do what I wanted it to do. Because if I went through the regular board and then went into my computer, I still had editing to do. I noticed on the YouTube videos, everybody's running a Rode Podcaster Pro. Started looking into it, started playing with it. It is a great little device. You're going to love it. Because when I got it, I'm sitting there looking at all of it. It's got all your built-ins. It's got everything you need. It's got 4 headphones jacks. You've got spaces for 4 different people. So you got your main that you're talking on. You can have 3 other guests sitting around, and you can just sit around and have a conversation. Well, this fit into what I was wanting to do. It's got a place where I can line it into my computer. I've got a place where I can plug my phone in. And it's also got a Bluetooth. Now I can do the Bluetooth on my phone and just sit here and answer phone calls. People could call into the show, or if I wanted to just call somebody and irritate the hell out of them on the show, I could do it. So it sounded cool. Also, it's got 2, 4, 6, 8 pads on the right-hand side of it, and I can program it to do whatever I wanted to do. Now, I actually got my granddaughter to get on the microphone with her head and put the headphones on her, and I got her to say, welcome to the David Bradley Show. I recorded that straight to this board, to one of the pads. So the only thing I got to do.
Welcome to the David Bradley Show.
I can turn it on. I can turn it off. I can loop it. I can do anything I want to. So that was a real good thing on the creativity part, because now I'm able to build a lot more just on the board. Now, my whole thing is I did not want to wag a computer around. Now, a lot of people have got, the small laptops. They got it set up. You'll see a lot of it on the videos. My computer is a bigger computer. It's a Mac. It's the first Mac I've ever bought, and I love the daggone thing. And it already comes with the software that you need. All you need is the iMovie and the GarageBand. Take it from me. That's all you need. You do not need to be buying all this expensive software that's out there. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I got this Rodecaster. Now, we still got an issue of the video cameras. I still got 3 SD cards. I still would have to get into iMovie and edit all this in, and plus do my opening and do, my credits at the end. When I'm having a guest, I've still got to, put their name up there, and I've got to be able to have, links to their website, and all this other stuff. Well, I'm still looking at 3-4 hours. A lot of people are running on these videos these Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro boards. So I bought one. I watched an hour-long tutorial on it. I dived in deep on this thing because I am not a video guy. I don't know nothing about it. But I've learned quite a bit. Now, I don't have this hooked up yet, but you can see I can plug in 2 audio inputs. I've got all these right here for 4 different video channels that come live feed straight from the camera, straight to the board. I've got another one out here that's an out that I can put an external monitor, and it shows me all the different camera angles. It shows me what I'm actually recording, and I can record everything on this out over here. It's pretty freaking neat. Man, I don't see why people have not been buying these. And I've got this for $295. And the only thing I got to do to keep from wagging that computer in and out of here all the time is get me a big memory. And I think it's a Samsung SDD T7, I think. I can plug it in here and it'll record straight to all the audio, all the video, everything, because I'm going to tie it into this Rode. Now, some of those people are saying use the headphone jack on the very front of the Rodecaster. Well, I tried that just by plugging it live straight into my video camera. Yeah, the audio was terrible. It was way too loud. I was all in the red all the way across, and it was muffled craziness. And there was nothing I could do on the software to actually take that out. So I played with it. This right here is actually my first video that I'm actually going to be uploading with me talking on the microphone. But it's probably about the 20th one that I've done, just trying to get all the levels correct. So what I did is I ran out of my channel 4. And I run that line straight over to the camera so I can get some audio. I can control the volume on it with channel 4 volume knob. So I got that dialed in. Now, when I get everything hooked up, because they don't tell you how many cables you got to have. And I'm telling you right now, you better get good at cabling and cable management because it will drive you nuts. But on the back of this Rodecaster Pro, you've got 2 outs, and those are for speakers, which means you can control it with a knob on the Rode board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 into 1. I'm going to come out of the back of the Rodecaster Pro, and I'm going to plug it into the back of the ATM Mini Pro, which is going to be on channel 1 audio. Now that will record in stereo, so you're good. Don't worry about that. And then I can control the level right here at the board going into this, and I don't have to worry about a lot of editing. The whole thing is to streamline this whole outfit. Once I get all the cables done, I get the additional monitor, get everything set up, then I can record everything, do a lot of the work right here with these boards, and then I can upload it into my computer, do a little bit of editing, basically just putting everything together, probably cut everything down to about an hour and 15 minutes. Then I can upload it straight to YouTube, and I can upload it into my audio on the podcaster. Everything goes right. I should have everything up and going here in the next 2-3 weeks, because in the month of December, I've got people already lined up wanting to come in and do interviews, and I'm not really calling them interviews. I'm calling them conversations, because that's what we're going to do. We're just going to sit down and talk. We're going to have some fun with it. We may talk about this, that, and everything else, but we're going to have conversations. Hopefully people will learn about it, and people will like it and subscribe to it. And I'm hoping at the end game of all of it is people learn something, or maybe just get a good understanding of something. So anyway, we got the cameras, we got the microphone, we got the Rodecaster Pro, we got the Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro. I don't know what name is on this freaking video camera. I'm not even real sure how good of the quality it's going to be, but for $133, I couldn't beat it. And it does do 4K, which I'm recording in right now. So we'll see how that goes. On the microphones, I bought the PSA 1, and they're made by Rode. It's a microphone boom. I love it. I looked at a lot of videos on YouTube on what people were using. I bought 2 of them. I've got 2 more to buy because I've got 4 microphones total. Every one of them is the SM7Bs. On that microphone stuff, make sure that you capture the essence of you on the microphone. That's all you want. Because everybody's voice is different. You have different pitch. Everything's going to be what suits you. You know, again, don't buy what everybody's telling you to buy. Do your research. Go out. Work at it. Because, y'all, this is a bunch of damn work. But I've been enjoying it. Headphones. You ain't got to pay a whole lot of money for headphones. Do not go out and spend $250 on a set of Bose headphones. You're not jamming the music. You're not having a whole lot of input put in. You're doing basically talking. Well, I should say I'm doing basically talking. So I didn't buy the expensive headphones. But again, I went to the music store and I walked around and I listened. I don't recommend buying used headphones. Just don't. So I bought brand new ones, and I bought the Audio Technica. I believe it's the ATH M20X, $49 a piece. They're comfortable. They're lightweight. And that was a big thing for me because some of the more expensive headphones, they were really heavy. I mean, you could feel them on your head. These are really comfortable. The headband is laid back a little bit more, and they set better on your head. And it cuts out a lot of outside noise. So you just hear what you're doing. The staging, now, my computer is in my desk. That's where I do a lot of my work and everything else. Like I said, I didn't want to drag it back and forth, back and forth. So everything I've got set up right now is set up at my kitchen table, and I've turned my dining room into a studio. I'm going to try and take some pictures. I know I've put a lot of pictures on Facebook, so y'all can check that out. It's the David Bradley Show on Facebook. I've got everything tied in together. Everything's kind of the podcast, YouTube channel, Facebook, everything is the David Bradley Show. There's ways to email me on there. Contact info is on there. I'm trying to think of everything as I go because I did not. I mean, I've got all this lined out right here on a piece of paper in front of me, but I've got a bad habit of jumping. Kudos to a lot of people who can just pick something up and just do it. But this is work. Another thing you're going to notice on a lot of the YouTube videos and everything else that people are doing is they're edited all to pieces. And I'm trying not to do a whole lot of editing. So just like you heard my granddaughter sneeze a while ago. Yeah, I probably won't edit that out. I mean, I'm trying to be the realest show out there. You know, things happen. When I recorded this earlier, I totally forgot, and I had the board on mute, and I did this exact same little show, and I had no audio whatsoever because I'm not doing any record on the Rodecaster for this because I'm running straight out of the board, straight to the camera, and I'm just recording on one camera right now. Like I said, I'm at 85%. I'm at about probably a couple of $100 and I'll be back on track with all three and I'll have everything set up. So, let's see, what else have I got? One more. The background. This background came with 2 stands, the crossbar, so you can hang your fabric behind you. I went with the black. I originally started to do the green screen, but then I noticed how much problems I was going to have with it as far as not tech savvy, as far as computer stuff, and I didn't want to mess with it. So I went with the black screen. This set on the back screen, came with 3 different colors, and it was black, green, and white. And it also came with 2 umbrella lights, 2 pod lights, everything you needed. And only paid, I don't know, maybe $145 for it, which was, hey, that's right down my alley. The side curtains, they were just the 2 stands, the crossbar, and 3 different fabrics, $89 a piece. So I haven't spent a whole lot on the set. And what I did to help out with some of the audio, because I do have a echo problem in here, and I'm going to have to get me probably a rug, and I've got some other stuff to help me out with the basically what you would call poor boy engineering, I guess. I've got some curtains and stuff that I'm going to hang up and try to get this little bit of echo that I'm hearing. I don't know if y'all can or not, but that's what I'm going to do to try and take that out. I think I just about covered everything that I've been going with. Don't forget, you're going to have to buy mic cords. These Audio Technica actually come with a really long cord, so you can, have a lot of room. You do what you need to do. One thing I do recommend everybody, because this is what I have to do, I've got to work on that A lot of people do a lot, and I found myself doing it a lot when I'm just sitting here, because the hardest thing you're going to do is actually turn that camera on and sit on this microphone and have a conversation with somebody that isn't even standing in the room with you. You're just going to hope that people listen to you. Get out there, do your research. Put your studio together. Have fun with it. Don't think you're going to be a millionaire overnight. It ain't going to happen. That's about all I got to say. All right. I'm going to hop off here. Y'all have a good one. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Everything is going to kick off December. We're going to have a lot of people coming in for interviews, conversations. We're just going to try to have some fun with all this. See what all we can get done. All right. Well, y'all have a good. Appreciate the time. Thanks for watching.